Hey, one more thing before you go. Have you ever wondered what would happen if we switched bodies with a member of our own family or a close friend or colleague? What would the consequences be? Would you act differently or try to change them to be more like you? Stay tuned. Diane and I are going to review a new Netflix movie called Family Switch, starring Jennifer Garner and Ed Helms, where they do just that. I'm your host, Michael Hurst. I'm here with my lovely wife and co host, Diane.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Welcome. One more thing before you go over the teacup Sunday. Hey, Diane.
Hey, Michael.
How are you?
I'm good.
I know you're.
There's,
I know you're pretty good because I spent most of the day with you. But
I'm good. I'm getting sleepy, but I'm good.
well, it's been kind of a nice day. I mean, we got up. It was a
Yeah.
decent temperature here,
Yeah.
and about
Yeah.
12 degrees
Really.
hotter than normal.
hmm It's, you know, we love the 70s, but, it's close to 80, I guess, actually. But I don't know, this close to Christmas, it's kind of like,
I love the
can we just,
70s too for certain things, but not for everything. 70s
yeah,
were great because they had
yeah.
bell bottoms and big collars and different
Oh my
70s.
gosh.
Different 70s.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, well, the 70s was great. 77 actually today, which is again
hmm
about 12 degrees hotter than normal average here in sunny Arizona. But
Yes.
we'll take it because
We will.
it's been cold at night. One of those
It
desert
has been.
colds.
Yeah, but anything's better. Anything's better than what we had this summer. I'll
It
take
is.
it. I will not be complaining.
Well, let's tell everybody about why we're here because
Yes.
reality is we, as everybody knows, we love the movies and we love
Yes.
TV and we love series and we love this, we love that. And then we had to, there was a big gap, of course, because of the writer strike and the SAG strike, which,
Mhm.
we're grateful that that's back on track now and that they're going back to work. But we got to see a Netflix movie. We just saw it several days ago, so we're a little
Mhm.
behind on this, just a little bit. But we wanted to wait till today to tell you about it. It's on Netflix. It's a great holiday film. It's out just in time for Christmas. If you're a fan of Jennifer Garner, and you will see remnants of another time in her life where she switched bodies,
Mhm.
but kind of in a different way. If you're a fan of Ed Helms, put them together, and we have a great movie called Family Switch, right? So yeah, it was a really good movie. What do you think?
It was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And there's some Easter eggs in there about um, some of her other movies back in the day. So it's cute.
Well, well, yes, Easter egg in a couple of different movies, I think.
hmm
I mean, one for sure,
For sure.
and then I think there's maybe two more references within there, at least to her movies or other movies within the same era.
hmm
But yeah, it's a pretty good. It's
So I have a fly swatter. So just in case you hear something, that's what's going on. Okay.
I'll keep that in mind. And she doesn't. That's
Oh,
not the switch we're talking about, by the way.
that's not the switch. No. I'm going to
Well,
switch that fly, though.
let's tell everybody about it. It's called Family Switch. And it's when family members switch bodies with each other during a rare planetary alignment. Their
hmm
hilarious journey is to find their way back to normal, and it brings them closer together than they ever thought possible. Initial release was November 30th, 2023. It was distributed by Netflix and directed by McGee. He's a producer and director known for Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, which I loved, Terminator Salvation, which I think I've seen, and the Babysitter Killer Queen out in 2020.
I don't remember that one.
Pretty good
Hmm.
director.
Yeah.
He
What did you say his name is?
you ready for this?
Yes.
McG, almost
Oh,
like
Mick.
like a big
Yeah.
like McDonald's.
All right. No, I know who McG. Okay. I just thought you said something else, so I just want to make sure.
McG.
McG.
He's about your age. We
I
won't.
might be a little younger, not too much, but yeah. I'm,
Without
I'm,
giving anything away, he's actually born 2.5 months before you.
was he?
He
Oh,
was.
you can say how old I'm going to be. I don't care. My birthday's coming up. Everybody can send me birthday gifts. I will accept them. It's
Well,
okay.
he was born August 9th, 1968 in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh,
And realistically, I guess if you come from Kalamazoo, you have to be some kind of creative arts person, right?
sure.
I mean,
I don't know what.
Kalamazoo, Kalamazoo, Kalamazoo. Where are you from? I'm from Kalamazoo.
Okay.
Anybody from Kalamazoo, please don't get mad at me.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that meant. So send letters to him.
To me, just to me. It's based on A Bedtime for Mommy by Amy Krauss Rosenthal. It's produced by Lawrence Gray, Ben Everett, Nicole King Salaka, Jennifer Garner, McGee, that same McGee, and
Hmm.
Mary Voila. It it's interesting because I think that obviously, if you're a fan of Charlie's Angels, especially Full Throttle, it's a kind of a fast-paced, linear, but there's humor put into there. There's, you
Hmm.
know, at least from that perspective, he's a director that kind of he gets you from point A to point Z because there's all these different things that have to happen in the middle.
Yeah,
Very entertainingly, I think.
yeah. It was cute, and the kids and I mean the cast was great. They worked really well together, and you believed. I mean, when they
Yeah.
switch bodies, they truly become the other person. It's really bizarre. I mean, they're really great at it.
Well, they did really
So
well.
kids,
Yeah.
the kids did a really great job at being the adults.
Emma Myers plays Cece. That's the daughter, and Brady Noon Wyatt plays Wyatt is the son, and then of
Hmm.
course they're twins. If anybody doesn't know this, you probably already know this, but in every movie or television series, when they have little toddlers or babies, they usually have twins that play them because you're only allowed
Yeah,
to be on set a certain amount of time. So
yeah.
they try to find the closest looking twins as they can, sort of like the twins from Olsen, the Olsen twins,
Full House.
Full House.
Yeah.
Full House kind of those kind of twins.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is Lincoln Sykes Miles and Theodore Sykes Miles, and
Hmm.
they were brilliant.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they're so
Yeah,
cute. They did really well.
really cute. Yeah.
And a nice little bonus is Rita Moreno.
Yes.
Yeah, Rita,
Yes.
Rita
Always,
Moreno was great.
always love something with Rita Moreno in it.
Yeah, she's just kind of a she is
She's a mystic. We'll just
she
call her a mystic.
yeah, or a gypsy,
Yeah. 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 I guess. I don't know.
kind of a
Mystic.
mystic gypsy. Because instead of a wagon, she's got a van,
Yeah. It's a tricked out van.
a tricked out van. So that
Yeah.
I mean that's still kind of a gypsy, but it's just modern day gypsy.
Yeah. She
That's
looks
what that is.
great. Oh
She's
my
great.
goodness. I
Yeah.
cannot believe that she's as old as she is. She looks amazing.
Well,
So
and it she's in her 80s or 90s.
90s.
90s, yeah. She was
I
in her
think
90s.
she's 91 or something like that.
Alexa,
Alexa, how old is Rita Moreno?
Rita Moreno is 92 years
Oh,
old.
92.
92. She acts like a 60-year-old woman.
She is
She looks
phenomenal.
like a 62-year-old
I
woman.
think she looks like she's in her 70s. I think that's fair. She looks like she's in her 70s.
Maybe
Anyway,
early 70s.
yeah.
Yeah, she looks great. And she did a great job in it, too.
Yeah.
It's it's also interesting how McGee pays homage to the past Body Swap movies, including Jennifer Garner's 13 Going on 30. And that's where we fell in love with. I mean, obviously, we've known Jennifer Garner, not known her personally, but
I wish.
we've been fans of hers since Dude, Where's My Car?
Well, since Alias for sure.
Oh,
Sorry.
but I think Dude, Where's My Car was before Alias.
Yeah, but I don't like that movie.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, I've been a fan since then.
I
Yeah,
don't. I just.
I've been a fan since then.
I don't like that movie.
And,
I've been a
and
fan since Alias. We're gonna go there with me.
well,
Yeah.
in Alias, and then she obviously has had some really, not only there, but I loved her in Peppermint, where
Yeah.
she goes back and you get a little bit of Alias in Peppermint. So,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, we're branching off here. You need to watch Peppermint. That's a great
Yes.
movie with
Peppermint's a
Jennifer
great
Garner,
movie.
especially if you're a parent.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it
Yeah,
shows Mama Bear on steroids there.
that's a good way to
At,
put it. Mama
at
Bear
the
on
very at
steroids.
the very least, that's like a very small way to say it. I think it's more than Mama Bear on steroids. But
It's a pissed off mama bear on
yeah,
steroids.
very pissed off mama bear. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really, really good. So we've been fans for a
Really.
really long time, and so when this movie came out, we thought, hey, this is this is great. It's a comedy, of
Mhm.
course, and it takes you through the journey, and they've got a limited amount of time before they either switch back or become permanent. And
Mhm. Very
know,
limited time.
basically, we're reading without spoiler alert. I'll say spoiler alert. So I'll give you a minute if you don't want to spoil your spoiler alerts.
If you don't want a spoiler, here's a minute for you.
Pause for a minute and then scroll through it a little bit and then come back. But basically, it's they they this happens because of Rita Moreno,
Yeah.
and this kind of sends them on a journey where they're gonna get to discover. Because we all have done it, even way back when we our kids were little.
Hmm.
Lives get in the way of being able to really pay attention to each other, or it could be from either a kid's perspective or a parent's perspective.
The
We lose
connection, the connections. Yeah, I mean, you lose connection. That just
exactly.
happened. Yeah.
You're busy with this, you're busy with that. Everybody, lives begin to develop the older you get, and
Hmm.
and different interests show up the older you
Yep.
get, and because of that, their expectations. We all want our kids to do better and be better than we were. We all want them to have a better life than we had, and so forth. So we try to push them to not make the same mistakes we did, and
Right.
this kind of a thing. And at the same time, kids want their freedom. In today's day and age, freedom consists of a lot more than when we were kids, where
For
you
sure.
could go out and play. Your
Hmm.
freedom was to go out and play till the street lights come on, you come back home,
Yep.
kind of a thing.
Yep. Hmm.
And back in when I was a kid, we played just with rocks. You know, it's kind of one of those things. Now you get computers and iPhones and iPads and this kind of thing. So
Yeah.
lives kind of go off on a different pathway. And what was your favorite part of this movie?
Oh gosh. I I don't. I can't pick a favorite part. I mean, I think just the overall message in it that you know you need to. We all need to walk in each other's shoes once in a while. We need to stop and really think about what it's like to be the other person
I
and
agree
what
with
they
that.
might be going through. And I think parents especially need to understand that, especially today, I think kids are going through, like you were saying, a whole lot more
Yeah.
than what we ever did. I mean, they still have they I think that today's kids probably have the same the same pressures we had and the same issues we had, but um, level 10 because of social media and
Yes. Social media
always,
changes the
always,
game.
huh?
Yeah. Social media changes the game.
Yeah. So I think that just puts it up to what we went through times, 10. So I think that parents need, I feel, I mean, if we still had kids, teenage kids, I would hope that I would understand that, you know, things are so different and we need to be open to listening to them and really, really seeing what's going on with them.
Well, and hopefully, from a kid's perspective, they also see that your parents worked really, really hard to get you where you're at,
Right.
and that they're only looking out for your best interest because we have lessons to teach them
Hmm.
that if they had to re-experience that in this
Hmm.
life, it may complicate life a little
Right.
more.
Right.
It is. We grew up in a situation where some of our childhoods weren't the best anyway,
Right.
and depending upon what circumstance that was, we don't want to reflect or let our kids go through the same thing,
Hmm.
kind of a deal. But overall, I think the storyline carried through very, very quickly and very easily, and
Yeah. It wasn't,
um,
the movie, I thought the movie went really fast. Like, wait, it's already over. I want more. It was really good. And I guess you could call it a Christmas movie. I don't, it takes place at Christmas time, but don't they, at the end, they're singing a Christmas song up on the stage, right?
yeah, they
Yeah.
are, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that
So
yeah, because they wanted to go and do the Christmas video in the first place.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Christmas video. So it kind of a Christmas movie, but
It's a
it's
holiday
not
movie.
necessarily, huh?
Netflix was calling it a holiday movie.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, it
Yep.
is. I
They
suppose it is.
produced it. So,
I suppose it is.
Well,
Sure.
what I found was interesting was the way that they did it this time because, like, you go back and look at Jamie Lee Curtis and are you kidding me?
Lindsay Lohan.
Thank you, Lindsay Lohan.
Hmm.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan switched bodies,
And
and
Freaky
they
Friday.
in on Freaky Friday, correct? And they
Hmm.
did it because of the little curse.
Yeah.
The and they went to an Asian restaurant, and
Hmm.
the woman there gave him a fortune cookie or something,
Yeah, it's fortune cookie.
and they were yelling at each other at the same time and I wish you were me or wish something like that, and they switched,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they had different circumstances. So and then I remember another one with I don't know if it was with no Judge Reinhold and Fred Savage,
Um,
where they basically
I
they
don't
had
recall.
some old artifact, and the old artifact
Oh,
switched them, and
yeah. I
then
kind of
and
vaguely
yeah,
remember. Hmm.
and it was the old artifact that switched. And then of course there's Tom Hanks with Big, where
Hmm.
Tom Hanks wished he was older and ends up going from, I don't even know what age he was at the time, what, 13, 12, 13,
I think he
and
went back to 12.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he went to a 30-year-old man all of a sudden,
Hmm.
and a kid's body. He still had the kid's mind, he still had the kid's, but he had a
Hmm.
30-year-old male. So it's been done before.
Yeah. Well, and then the original Freaky Friday
Yeah,
back in
with
the 70s, Jodie Foster
yeah,
and ugh,
I don't remember.
I can't think of her name. I can see it. I can't think of her name. Anyway, that's the one I remember as a kid.
Yeah,
That
it was a
that was.
Disney movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, the very first Freaky Friday. So
Yeah.
it's been around for a little while, but I think this is the first time they had a whole family switch, which
Yeah.
I
I don't
thought was
remember.
a unique approach to the
Yeah.
whole concept. Is that everybody switched, and
Yeah. No, and don't spoil it.
we won't
Don't.
spoil it. We'll just say
It's
everybody in the
really
family
fun.
switches.
It's really. It is so funny.
Yeah, it's one of my best. I
Yeah.
think that's
I
one.
guess that's probably yeah, that with the neighbor taking care of yeah, that's probably one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, he's a German thick accent, and yes, I'll take care of your babies and your puppies, and
Oh
it,
my
he's pretty
god.
funny. But
Yeah.
so that's that's one of my favorite scenes in that as well because it
Yeah.
just uh, and and we're trying not to give anything away, but
No,
you know,
that's I mean I like that we review, movies and TV, but it's so hard not to give stuff away.
well, it has been out since November 30th, so
Yeah, true.
reality is most everybody's probably already seen it. But if you haven't
Well,
seen it, you
if you
need to see
haven't,
it,
you need to see it.
kind of a thing. Yeah, and
Right.
it is again the same concept as some of those other old movies, but the new
Hmm.
addition to the uniqueness of it is that the whole
Hmm.
family changes, and because of that, what you see is the teenage children swapping with their adult lives, and
Hmm.
there are things that are kind of, oh, I get to do this again or do that again, but at the same time, they're trying to turn when they switch, they're trying to turn the other person into what they want them to be. In other words, the kid's going,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you
Hmm.
know,
I see
you,
what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, like the yeah the
The daughter come
trying
out
to be
dressed
there.
like she wants to be dressed, not realizing that mom's got to work in an environment that you can't dress that way. And we're not giving
Right.
too much away because
For
that's actually in
example.
the commercials. So in
Yeah.
the
For
trailers,
example. Hmm.
for example. So
Hmm.
the she comes out dressed like she thinks her mother should dress like, which is
Right.
all funky ass.
Yeah.
And and the mom is the 13-year-old girl or 14, whatever age she is, and she's
I,
got her dressed like a businesswoman,
yeah.
kind of a thing, and it's kind of like,
Yeah.
you see that contrast in there. At the same time, you see Ed Helms going, well, this is kind of cool because I get to relive my childhood
Yeah.
again, kind of, sort of. He takes a
Yeah.
different approach to trying to
Yeah.
solve the problem, but at the same time, the kids get to see what the parents, the struggles the parents are having at work and
Mhm.
with their lifestyles, and there's kind of a unique reference to one of your favorite bands, Maroon 5.
One of my favorite bands. Yeah.
Yeah, so I said one of your favorite bands.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it is. You'll find references like that where you kind of go, oh, now we know. Kind of gives more of a where they come from
Mm-hmm.
aspect of it, kind of a deal. We all wish we could go back in time and do something different with
Yeah.
ourselves, right?
I don't know if there's one person that doesn't feel that way,
Well,
but
exactly. I mean,
yeah.
if we go back and redo what we want to do with what we know now, that's the age old
Mm-hmm.
want to do. I want to
Yep.
be able to go back in time with what I know now and
Mm.
change my life. But really, would we?
Right.
Because there's a
I
lot of things that you kind of go, I wouldn't be this person today if
right.
I change any aspect of that, or maybe I would have been this person sooner. I mean,
Hmm.
that's kind of a question for the universe.
Right.
Would it change history? Would it change the way things were done or how they're done or
Well, I mean,
trajectories?
there's it's funny because there's still no guarantees. Even if we were able to do that, it's still a
Exactly.
life that you don't know what's going to happen. You know, you might have you might make different choices, but it doesn't mean that life's going to just go the way you want it to go after making those choices.
I think you'd
So,
probably go back in time and then before I walked into that village inn, you tripped me.
whatever. Okay. Hmm.
Take
Yeah.
that.
Anyway.
No, it is an interesting concept. I think that they did really well. The cast was brilliant.
Yeah, it was
We,
really good.
the casting was done really well, and the fact that you believe that they were a family and they believe that they really worked together like that, and they carried it off so well. The mannerisms, even when they switched bodies, the mannerisms, stayed the same, and you
Hmm.
know,
You
not
know,
the same, but I
when
mean, the adults in the kids' body, they were still trying to act the same way, and the kids did a
mhm.
really good job of doing that, and vice versa.
Yeah, they did the kids. I was very impressed with the kids acting like the adults. They did a really good job, and of course Ed Helms and Jennifer Garner too. But I think it's interesting that um, you know you. I think in a lot of movies that you can feel different about different characters, and you can there might even be characters in many TV shows, and what we're talking about that today at lunch, in TV shows and movies that you just can't stand. Like,
Yeah,
like you understand that they have to be that character for that, like the antagonist or whatever. Well, not the show we were talking about today. I don't know why she's there, but anyway, um, I literally there was literally no character in here that I didn't like. Even the next door neighbor or the guy across the street, for a second I thought, I don't like this. I don't know. But then
yeah.
you end up liking him.
And
So
that might be. I mean, look. Here's the deal, and this is obviously only our opinion, but Diane and I won't say we make a living watching TV. I wish we did because we'd be really, really
God, I
rich
wish
because
we
we
did.
watch a lot of TV.
Oh, if we could make a living doing watching what
Watching
we
TV,
as much as we watch, yeah, that'd be great.
and we're
Can
very
somebody please
subject,
paying us for that?
and we're very subjective, yes, but at the same time, we're also very objective. So there's the I think on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes and
Hmm.
some of these other places, they're given like a 2.5 star, 2 star,
To
and a
this
one
movie?
star, yeah, and a 3 star kind
Oh,
of a thing. And I don't agree
whatever.
with that. So
No,
if you're looking for reviews and you're seeing that, really, honestly, don't believe
we
it.
we
Don't believe it.
rarely agree with the critics anyway.
Well, I think critics go out there, and the reason they're critics because they think they got to be buttheads and they got to be really nasty. And reality is that you're there to tell somebody whether or not they're going to have a good time, or whether or
Hmm.
not the movie's going to suck and you just wasted your money.
Well, and this
And
is the thing too. We know, look, people are different.
yeah,
We tell them, hey, watch this movie. It's fantastic. You'll love it, and it's great for families to watch together. And if it's not your cup of tea, it might not be your cup of tea. And
exactly.
that's fine. I don't. But I don't know these people that rate things. That I just anyway.
Just give it a try.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Great
some
movie. Give it a try.
some of my favorite parts were not only the babysitter, quote unquote, the
Yeah.
babysitter. Marina. I loved Rita Moreno in it
Mm-hmm.
because I think she did a fantastic job. It was very subtle kind of a
Mm-hmm.
situation, and the way that they actually had this take place, I think to me was brilliant as well
Mm-hmm.
because it allowed the believability of the
Yeah.
whole thing instead of just the ancient curse or the ancient object or the fortune cookie wish kind of a
Yeah.
thing. It was more of a, well, let's straighten you out. Here you go, bam.
Yeah. She
It,
saw from the beginning that what was going on with the whole family and decided to fix it.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, any thoughts on anything else? I mean, I think the cast was great. The action was great. The concept was great. I think that the momentum of the movie carries you through from beginning to end. There's really not really a lag anywhere. I couldn't find a lag.
Mm-mm.
I think it
No.
moved very quickly, like you said. By the time I got to the end, you're going, "Is that it?"
I want more. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
glad, the ending is like a typical ending, right? Everything kind of washes out and works out in the end. But it was cute though. It was just a really cute family. You can watch this with your kids and have a good time. And it's not so serious, people. It's just not so serious. You don't need to,
Exactly.
you know,
But it also
it's cute.
shows you families are important. So
Yeah.
take a watch. Take a
Yep.
watch. Take a watch. Anyway, um, this is one more thing before you go. Do you have any more plays of the day? Any more?
You mean the National Day with the
Yeah,
National
that's
Day?
it.
Yeah. The today was kind of boring. They only had two things. So it's National Maple Syrup Day. Okay.
National Maple Syrup
Cool.
Day.
Yeah, and also Wright Brothers Day because I guess this was. I'm not sure. I didn't read it. And they mentioned it on CBS this morning too.
They
I
did.
didn't on the almanac thing. I want to say this is when they had the first flight. But does that make sense that they would have the first flight in December? So yes, today was the anniversary of the first flight. Lasted 12 seconds, and it was in 1903.
Well, hot damn.
So there you go.
Well, I'll say one more thing before you all go. Watch the movie. It's a great
Mhm.
family movie. It's a great movie to watch, even if you don't have kids. Just to clarify, it's still a fun and easy movie to watch.
Mhm.
And watch it on Netflix. We are not sponsored by Netflix. We have no
No, wish
affiliation
we
with
were.
Netflix other than the monthly payments we pay them every month.
Yes. And Netflix, if you want to start sponsoring, I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
we're open to that.
we're
That's
open
okay.
to it. Yeah.
We've reviewed a lot of Netflix movies.
Net,
And
I mean, Netflix is my favorite streaming channel. I mean, it really
yeah,
is.
it is.
So,
But we'll be back next Sunday with
mhm.
another great movie that I think we just are going to review as well.
Mhm.
But we've got some great guests coming up for the rest of this month and the beginning of next year. It's going to be a great year. So I hope that everybody continues to keep visiting us on Wednesdays as well. And one more thing before you all go, have a great day, have a great week, and thank you for listening.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of One More Thing Before You Go. Check out our website at beforeyougopodcast.com. You can find us as well as subscribe to the program and rate us on your favorite podcast listening platform.